Good morning. My name is Rabbi Jacob J. Schacter. This year marks the 75th anniversary of the liberation of the concentration camps in Europe. Those American soldiers who fought and sacrificed in an existential battle against fascism were the living embodiment of the ideals of our country: freedom, self-determination, democracy, and justice. The children of the Shoah are now in their 80s and 90s. They're American liberators, including my father, Rabbi Herschel Schacter, Zichrono Livracha, of blessed memory, are mostly gone. Yet they forever remain part of the story of the Jewish people, connected through history and through fate. Throughout our history, we have been tasked with a dual responsibility, past and future, to remember and to flourish. 75 years since the worst chapter in modern Jewish history, we commit ourselves to working together with all good and decent human beings everywhere for a world at peace, for an America powerful, peaceful, and protected, for a state of Israel strong and safe and secure, for a Jewish people vibrant, vital, and vigorous. Our tradition teaches us to sanctify the names of those who were murdered, not only by grieving for them, but by dedicating our own lives to the ideals for which they stood. And those who survived the Shoah, the Holocaust, our parents, grandparents, neighbors, and friends, they remain our greatest teachers. We are very honored to have survivors with us here in this room today. Many of you work as docents and volunteers at the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum just down the street. I would like to ask all survivors in the room here today to please stand if you are able to do so. Please stand. You are our heroes. You are our heroes. Thank you. If you are a descendant of a survivor, please stand. Please stand. The next generation, please stand. Thank you. Thank you. To the American liberators and their proud descendants in this room today, please stand if you are able. Please stand. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And if it's hard for you to stand, thank you so much for your sacrifice and for your service to our country. Thank you so much to all liberators and their families. To all the veterans and active duty U.S. military who continue to serve our country, please stand. Please stand. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now I ask all of you to please join those who are standing as we welcome Sergeant Major Bob McDonald and dedicate the singing of our national anthem to those brave Americans whose sacrifice and service relit the flame of humanity at a time when the world had gone dark.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much. Please be seated. Much has been written about the days when the Allied troops entered the concentration camps and changed the course of history, saving many from certain death. My late father, Rabbi Herschel Schacter, was among those who liberated the camps. He was a chaplain in the 3rd Army's 8th Corps, arriving at the Buchenwald concentration camp shortly after George Patton's troops discovered that place and that area. My father walked through the gates of hell, struggling deeply to understand what he was seeing, when amongst the dead and the dying staring back at him, he saw a child.
I was that child. My name is Israel Meir Lau. In Buchenwald, I didn't have a name. I was a number, just a number. My number was 117030. Only later on, I discovered who I am. My father, Rabbi Moshe Chaim Lau, let his memory be blessed, he perished in Treblinka. He ordered my brother, Naftali Lau Lavi, former Consul General of Israel to New York, that if a miracle will happen and we will survive, we have only one place where to go. Eretz Israel was But I have heard the name of my father even in Buchenwald, not only from my brother. The day of liberation, April 11, 45, bullets, bombs from air, from every place, and we were running to the gate, and there was a heap of corpses at the gate. The door was open. The jeeps of the American army of General Patton came in, and one officer with a pistol in his hand went around. He saw a heap of corpses. He was also frightened. He went around and saw a child. He saw me. He understood it's a Jewish child. He took me in his arms and said to me in Yiddish, "What's your name? Who are you?" And I said, "My name, Lulek, is the nickname in Poland, Lau." He said immediately, "Are you related to the very famous Rabbi Moshe Chaim Lau?" I said, "I am his son. He was my father." He started to cry. I saw the tears on his cheeks. Rabbi Herschel Schacter, Zichrono Livracha. And then he asked me, "How old are you, my child?" And I answered, "What difference does it make how old I am? I am older than you." He said, "Why do you think that you are older than me?" I was less than 8 years old. I said, "Because you laugh, you smile, and you cry like a child." Many years that I didn't laugh, and I don't cry anymore. So who is older? From Buchenwald, we came to Eretz Israel. In the assistant of the Lord Almighty, I became a rabbi because my father said to my brother, "If the miracle will happen and you will survive, remember that your young brother, Lulek, Israel Meir, has to replace me, has to continue the unbroken chain of a rabbinic dynasty." My father was the 37th generation rabbis, and I had to be 38. I made it, and I became the chief rabbi of Netanya, then of Tel Aviv, and then of the whole state of Israel. I cannot share with you all what I do remember, but I will never forget, never forget. And I know our duty to continue the chain to be unbroken. We have to overcome all the problems we have here and in Israel. We have to live together as we knew how to die together. To live together in brotherhood, in friendship, we have to do it. It's in our hands. I remember I remember 5 weeks after the liberation, the first night of Shavuot, Chag HaShavuot, the day that the Torah was given to the people of Israel in the desert. Now, there is a picture, you can see it in Yad Vashem in Yerushalayim. I am also the chairman of the Yad Vashem Council, the largest and the first Holocaust museum and place to teach about the history of the Holocaust. You have there a picture. Look at this picture. Rabbi Herschel Schacter on the left is leading the prayer of Chag HaShavuot. You see with the two candles. In the first row, you see a child. I am this child. In the first row, they said from the left. And what do you see here? A combination of two kinds. Survivors with the prisoners, and you see here liberators, Jewish American from the battalion who were together with us. We could recite in freedom our prayers together. The word is like AIPAC says, yesterday, today, tomorrow, also yesterday, together. Don't forget, we are one nation, we have one faith, and we live in miracles here and in Israel. Let's strengthen this bridge together and make it Am Israel Chai.
כולם עומדים בשביל כבוד הרב.
מאוד נרגש.
מאוד נרגש, משהו. לא יאומן. The lives of the liberators are forever interwoven and intertwined with the lives of those they saved. Today we gather to remember not only what was lost, but to pay tribute to all who survived. When Allied forces entered the concentration camps, they discovered more than the broken remnants of the Jewish people. They found the women and the men who still had the strength to help write the next chapter, a new and glorious chapter of a 3,000-year-old story. They and you are in this room today. We are joined in common mission with Americans from all faiths and all backgrounds and all political perspectives, ensuring that our collective voices will never, ever be silenced. That we work together with our elected officials to make America and Israel safe and our world a better place. The descendants of those who survived went on to help build a Jewish nation, steeped in the powerful belief that there is always hope for tomorrow. Towards the end of one of the many services that were held in the camps, those present began to sing an old Jewish song. That song, Hatikva, became the anthem for those who found hope in the depths of hell. Please rise and join your voices with those who sang this song 75 years ago. Tada.